Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Coach Lilia. I am a relationship coach and a narcissistic abuse survivor, and today I want to talk to you about narcissistic mothers. I know we talk a lot about narcissistic partners, their romantic relationships with them, how to leave them, but the kind of trauma that a narcissistic mother will leave you with, I don't think anything compares to that. And I can't cover all of it in one video, but I want to focus on a narcissistic mother that typically has a golden child and a scapegoat or goats, because this is the kind of mother that will typically raise or try to raise a narcissist. She'll try to raise a mini-me, and then she will neglect the other children that are not living up to her expectations. So let's dive into it. Like any narcissist, this woman has no empathy. She's not capable of love, right? She needs external validation. She's entitled. And why does she have kids and a family to begin with? Because that's what she thinks the society wants her to have, to look good to the society. Let's talk about the golden child. So this kid is going to be the kid that she will basically use as her narcissistic supply. So this is basically going to be the extension of self that she has. And this kid she's going to raise to be on this pedestal. There's going to be no boundaries formed with this kid. She will basically want to manifest whatever she wanted in herself in this child. So let's say she wanted to be the head of the cheerleading team. Well, she's going to make her daughter do that. Or she wanted to be a valedictorian. She's going to push her daughter to do that. It's not that unconditional love of a normal parent where I don't care what it is as long as you're happy. Whoever you want to be in this world, as long as you're happy. As long as you're happy, healthy, the normal stuff. Not for this mother, okay? She only cares about the superficial things. So she's going to model her narcissism to her child, to her golden child. And there's not going to be that mirroring of emotions because she's simply incapable of that as any narcissist. And when the kid will come to her for any emotional intimacy, she's going to basically suppress all of that. So number one trait here is that conditional love, okay? I only love you as long as you're giving me the narcissistic supply, as long as you're performing and living up to my expectation. So the kid from very early on will learn that, okay, I have to do X, Y, and Z so that my mom loves me, and I don't go to her for emotions. I don't go to her about feelings because that is not acceptable in our family. Vulnerability is not acceptable. Now the scapegoats, those kids are going to grow up basically looking at the mom and wondering, why am I not getting that kind of love that the golden child is getting? Also going to be very traumatized. But the golden child is the one that is vulnerable to becoming a little narcissist because that is how they're being raised. Now, this narcissistic mother is going to be selfish and self-absorbed. It's all going to be about her, just like any narcissist. And whenever the kid's going to come to her with their problems, she's going to twist it around and make it all about herself. So the kid's always going to be confused and they'll never get that validation. They'll never get what they need from the mom because it's always going to be about her. Now, when it comes to emotions, right? When the kid comes to the mom to talk about emotions, to get a little bit from her, there's nothing there that she has. So she's going to shame the emotions. She's going to shame the vulnerability. She's going to basically teach the kid that we don't tolerate this here, okay? Emotions, bad, frowned upon, shamed. So the kid's going to suppress all of that. And that is where we can have a little vulnerability for a narcissist to be raised. Because what does a narcissist do? They suppress their emotions because their emotions are shame. Number 4 here is that she will never validate what you think or what you feel, okay? So whatever it is that you come to her with, she will always discredit it. It's always about what she thinks is best, what she feels is best, not about what you think or feel. So it can be anything from, Mom, I don't want carrots for dinner. What do you mean you don't want carrots? You're having carrots. You need to have carrots. Or maybe you're telling her that you like music and you want to make music for a living. And she's going to say, what do you mean? You don't actually want that. How could you want that? You'll never make any money with that. You need to be a doctor or a lawyer. It's all those things. And that's going to start to chip away from you. And you'll either fall into that or you'll decide to go your own way. Now, what happens if you decide to go your own way and decide not to live up to your mother's expectations? She's going to punish you, okay? Her punishments are going to manifest in guilt tripping, shaming you, okay, taking away the affection, taking away the hugs and kisses. Obviously, she's going to use the manipulation, the passive aggressiveness, the silent treatment, all the typical manipulation tactics that a narcissistic woman would use, okay? She's going to apply them towards you as her child. Now, why is she doing that? Because she wants to make you feel like you don't deserve her love, because that is one way for her to control you. Now, another way for her to guilt trip you is to basically tell you that after everything I've done for you, after all this time and effort I've put into you, to basically guilt trip you to do as she says. And number 6 is the fact that you will simply be shamed to be your own authentic self, okay? It's all about who she wants you to be, not who you want to become. So if you want to break away from that, obviously she's going to try to punish you, but it's always going to be about who she wants you to be. So you basically have to grow up to be whoever she thinks is that perfect ideal person from the society's point of view, okay? This is how this kind of woman will think. So you can either break away from that, understand what your mother is, and of course she's going to try to guilt trip you and shame you and so on and punish you to bring you back and get that control over you, or you can fall into that. So again, remember, this is just the very tip of the iceberg of what a narcissistic mother may look like. And of course, mother-daughter dynamic will look very differently from a mother-son dynamic when the mother is a narcissist. However, I want to remind you that the start of this healing journey, when you realize what you're dealing with, it's that radical acceptance. Okay, my mother was a narcissist. She wasn't capable of X, Y, and Z. She wasn't capable of giving me that emotional intimacy. It was all about control and manipulation, and the love was purely conditional and transactional. Once you process that and accept who your mother is for the broken person that she is, that's going to be the start of your healing journey. And the next step, you need to meditate on this. You need to meditate on dissociating yourself from the thought that is hurting you right now. The thought that you are not enough, the thought that shame that you live with. I'm not enough. This is something that a narcissistic mother will put in your head, okay? So you gotta go back to that childhood wound and you gotta dissociate yourself from that thought. And that is going to be the next step to your healing journey. I certainly hope this information was helpful for you. If you guys need that one-on-one coaching, my link is in my bio. Please feel free to schedule with me. And of course, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.